Hello there. So today we're doing something a little different on the channel. I have a couple of guests, and we are going to talk about our top 10 uh, vintage collection figures. So first guest, ladies, please don't throw your undergarments at the screen. We can't see it, but it is one of the sexiest man alive in the TVC community, the Delvian Seek, better known as Andy. How you doing, my friend?
Thank you. I thought the other guest was coming out for a moment. I'm good, thank you. I've had fun picking my 10. Well, more than 10, to be fair.
Yeah, that was like I was talking about before. There's like 380 numbered figures in TVC, and I'm asking for 10. It was not easy.
It was not easy at all.
And also our other guest here is number 2 in your programs, number 1 in your hearts. Is Martyn. Well, how you doing, buddy?
Not only did I get skipped over as the sexiest guest, I'm also the second one as well. It's unbelievable.
It's the voice. I know.
How's it going, guys?
Good.
Doing well. All right. So, like I said, I think it's great. It was like we're talking backstage. The thing I like about this most is that it's 3 different perspectives. We have, Andy and myself that, I have carded and opened, and Andy with his, all his excellent dioramas that he has. Yeah, just
rip it open.
Open them open. It's great. It's awesome. So it's a great perspective there, but also another, just because we all collect differently, and I celebrate that. We have Martyn, who is mostly strictly a carded collector. Got a handful. Yeah. But the but it's going to be interesting to see, because I don't know either of your lists, but I'll be curious to see, because you're coming at this at a completely different tact than us. So
yep, definitely.
So all right, so I guess for first, it's because out of, like I said, about 380 figures, and that doesn't include like the ones that come with the HasLabs deluxe figures or anything like that. I'm asking for 10 figures, and so we can do a couple of honorable mentions if you want. We'll do some honorable mentions. Andy, I know you have a couple. Do you want to start?
Okay. All right, then. I've got a couple of honorable mentions which didn't quite make the grade. One is Princess Leia, which actually, I do like this figure. What kind of lets it down slightly is the plastic goods at the bottom, but actually I quite like the sort of like the sculpt. So that's one of my honorable mentions. The face sculpt is excellent, and I like the swappable hoods. I think that's a really, really nice touch.
Yeah, she was very close to my list too.
It's lovely to have pretty much a near definitive sort of original trilogy, sort of like Leia in there. The next honorable mention is a little bit out there, actually, because and this is for those of you who don't open and rare vintage collections, sort of like figures. I know, just brace yourself, Martyn. This is the exclusive Brian's Toys Jocasta New.
Whoa!
I know.
I don't even have that one, because it was a Brian Toys exclusive. But
I love the fact that it's just such a deep cut character. I love the little statue that comes with it. If you take Dooku's head off, there's a little holocron inside. There is a lot to love about this figure, but it's an honorable mention. It's quite a pricey figure.
That is incredible.
It's nice figure.
Yeah. Well, that's absolutely bonkers, because I didn't actually get any honorable mentions, purely because the way I did my top 10 is I walked around my card room earlier and I just looked at all the figures, because I own every single vintage collection figure. So I just looked at them, and I don't open my figures. So the 10 that I've picked are 10 that I picked purely on how they looked and their facial sculpts, not articulation or accessories really, or anything like that, or whether they even stand up. But when I was doing my top 10, the 2 that Andy just showed nearly made it into my top 10, which has made me a little bit happy because maybe I was really worried that I wasn't going to do this correctly. So that's actually put my mind at rest a little bit. So yeah, those two will I'm going to put as my honourable mentions as well, because I honestly did nearly pick those for my top 10.
There you go.
Yeah.
And you didn't know about the holocron
I
inside
didn't
the
know.
statue.
That
almost makes me want to open it.
It's a lovely touch. It's
Yeah.
a really, really nice touch.
Awesome. Oh my God. Yeah. Now I've always been like, maybe someday I'll try it. Now I'm like, I need that figure. That is awesome. Okay. Like I said, with so many figures, I kind of limited my scope of what I looked at. I didn't go with any of the HasLab figures, and I didn't go with any deluxe or any special figures. So my honorable mentions here is, like I was saying, is honestly is this Emperor from the Emperor's Throne Room. I mean, it's great package, but I mean, just opening. I mean, just the look on his face. It's got that neutral, like with that little like evil smirk that he has. You know, it's because the actual carded Emperor that came out at the same time has got the like the face where he's shooting the lightning on Luke, which is also another fantastic figure. But I like the more neutral face on him. And he sits right in the center of my Sith shelf right here. And so, yeah, I put him, he's definitely an honorable mention. The other one is I always love when Hasbro does a kind of like a homage to the original Kenner figures. And I think it was Celebration 3. They came out with this, or Celebration 5, I think. It was the 2-pack of 4 LOM and Zuckuss. I have a few of these. I actually still have them set carded. They have really gorgeous carded figures and stuff. But I mean, just the fact that, they use and this is the only really, and technically it's not TVC, but they're on vintage cards. And it's like VCP numbers or whatever. But he's got the same kind of material that the vintage figure came in. It's the vintage coloring for Zuckuss.
They even put the names the wrong way around.
Well, I think it's the proper way they're named, because that was the original Kenner. Even I did a video on my channel. You can find it. It's like it was like the paying homage to like one of the Kenner screw ups or something like that. But yeah, it's a fantastic. I love the set, the way it comes in the little box and everything. So, but yeah, I definitely had, that was my honorable mention. So
that's nice. I've always secretly coveted that set.
Oh.
So that will be a sort of like a future.
I have found them rather inexpensive here.
Okay.
So I will keep an eye out for you.
Thank you.
I can do that.
This is it's going to turn into a bit of a shopping list episode.
Yeah. Martyn needs to buy extra suitcases.
Well, we'll do this over multiple trips. All right, so let's just jump into this in number 10. What was your number 10? That's Martyn. We'll start with you since you haven't.
Okay. Well, the interesting the interesting thing I found about putting my top 10 together before I give you number 10 is they're all pretty much from Vintage Collection 2.0, which I think says a lot about how the technology and the way they make figures has improved over the years since 1.0. I say there are a few outliers, but most of them are from 2.0. But my number 10 is quite a recent release. It's the Imperial Armored Commando VC 366, which was on the deluxe card from The Mandalorian. I really liked that armor in the show. I thought it looked great, and it was one of those ones that I really wanted to see come out. And then it was announced a couple of months later. I was over the moon, and I wasn't disappointed when I got it. As I say, I can only admire it from the bubble, but I think it looks excellent. I'm sure both of you have got one there loose that you can probably tell me about. But yeah, so that's my number 10, the Imperial Armored Commando.
Oh.
It's just out of reach.
Don't worry.
I do have a carded one nearby there, because I'm going to open that.
Hey, you hold it up. Yeah, because I'm trying to think of which one that is.
Yeah, I probably should have had them all here in front of me so I could show you the screen. But yeah,
is that one?
Oh yeah. No, yeah, I've got two of them. Yeah, I know.
Really
it's a shame we need a regular release of him. But yeah, I mean the accessories and everything he comes with is fantastic. Yeah, I didn't do anything from the Mandalorian as much as I love that show. But yeah, excellent. Yeah, great choice. That's a good one.
Okay.
Andy?
I've gone for number 10, VC24. So early one, and that is
Oh yes, great.
Woof, or
Yeah, he's great.
I can't remember what it was.
Plateau.
Plateau.
Yeah.
To me, this actually sort of it is a really lovely sculpted and painted sort of like TVC figure from the early days of TVC. The facial sculpt, I mean, I think they've re-released it recently, but actually it harks back to the original figure so nicely with the soft goods sort of and just the general look of the figure, and it is so movie accurate as well. I love this figure, and it was one of the first figures I saw when I was getting back into TVC, or getting back into collecting them, maybe kind of thing. Wow, they're actually producing some lovely, lovely figures. I wish I had those as a child.
I wish I'd chosen that one now.
Well, just so you that we have our first duplicate of this show, and because that was my number 10 as well.
No,
yeah, I was like shocked when you held that one up, because again, like you said, when I was a kid, it was kind of towards the end of me getting Star Wars figures was the Return of the Jedi figures. But yeah, Clea was one of my. I just loved it. It was just a cool looking alien and everything, and when they finally made a proper version of him, I was like, oh, I gotta get that. Gotta get him. So he sits proudly in my Jabba's throne room set. And knocked about 8 figures down getting them out for this. It's been a fun day. It's like a dominoes and just only bad over here today, me getting figures out for this. But yeah, that was my number 10 as well.
I think they re-released this one not so long ago, so now I've got a few spare copies. But actually, this was quite a difficult one to get hold of if you didn't get it the first time round.
Yeah,
and yes, I did open it when it was a rare figure.
No. All right, number 9.
Okay, me again.
Yes.
Okay, I went for VC 346, so another fairly recent one, and it's Dedra Miro.
Excellent choice. Yeah,
I think some of my choices might be a little bit biased because of the characters that I like in recent media as well. But I think her facial sculpt, when I first saw it, I particularly remember looking at the figure in the bubble and thinking, my word, they really can do some amazing things now with the facial photography or whatever they use to actually imprint the face. I think it is an amazing figure, and I always do love the Imperial officer uniforms, and in white especially, they look fantastic. So yeah, my number 9, Dedra Miro, really big fan of that figure.
Mine is set up in my vintage Death Star.
Nice.
Talking with Krennic, so it's I can't reach it, but yeah, absolutely great figure, great choice.
It's a lovely choice. And you're right, the facial sculpt on that one is perfect. I mean, because I take photos and everything, and the photos you can take with that figure are spot on. So is it my turn now? It
is. Yeah, we'll just keep going around.
Okay. Like so this one doesn't have a VC number, and that is because it is a deluxe figure, and it is Paz Vizsla.
Excellent choice. Yeah.
So, and it's one of the few. I think actually one of the only. No, there's one other figure that's Mandalorian, but spoilers. But it's such a good sculpt, and there's so many accessories, and it's probably one of the few times that actually. Probably worthy of being a deluxe figure,
exactly, yeah.
Just because of the size of it, and even down to sort of like the jet sort of like firing things, the gun and everything. It was a cool character. I liked the character. So
cool. Yeah, no,
I like that figure.
Choice. Excellent choice.
And he stands well.
Oh, he does. My number 9 does not stand very well, and is also VC 1.0. But I absolutely adore the figure.
This was so close.
General Grievous.
Yeah.
I just love the detail. I mean, even the soft goods, the cape on it is fantastic. It's even got like little pockets for lightsaber
Oh,
hilts.
awesome. Does it have a wire in the back of the cape?
No, it doesn't. But it wouldn't be too hard to add some. But the arms come apart.
Oh,
and it's like I have 2 of these. One of them I have without the cape. It's on the little speeder like wheel thing that he drove in Revenge of the Sith.
Cool.
And but yeah, I again have a bit of trouble getting them to stand sometimes. The plastic on the legs gets a little weak, but overall just a great figure. And I mean, it was just a neat character in Revenge.
Hands down, that is the most difficult TVC figure to stand upright. It just will not stand up.
Think. There's a couple others I have a problem with, but yeah, you're right. He's up there. He's definitely up there.
Yeah, it's a great choice. Again, that was the one that I looked at and I was very tempted to put in. But yeah, that's a great choice.
Another double. Look at that. All right. So Martyn, what's your number 8?
Okay, number 8, I have gone for, and I actually have got this one to hand because it's close by. It's VC 371, and it is Cobb Vanth. Now I'm in an R in which one to choose. The one with the Boba Fett armor that came out on the deluxe card, or this one. But I have to say, I think this one looks a lot better personally. You guys might disagree, but I think his hair and his face and his beard and just the outfit he's wearing in this looks so much better than with the Boba Fett armor. But yeah, I really, really like this figure. I love the character as well. Again, it falls in with a lot of my choices. Yeah, he looks great. And does he stand up all right?
Stands great.
Oh, good. And the articulation's okay, I'm assuming.
Oh yeah, he's got rocker ankles, ball hinge knees. He's got the barbell hips. Yeah, he's good to go.
Excellent.
The facial sculpt on that one is perfect as well. It's
really a great face sculpt and everything. Yeah, great choice.
Cool.
Right. I only got this figure a few weeks ago.
It's a little recency bias. Oh yeah.
The new Ben Kenobi. And I picked this one for I loved the Ben Kenobi figure when I was a kid, and I've been waiting. The Legacy collection version wasn't too bad, but when I saw this new one come through,
the Legacy one,
yeah, I mean it's not too bad. I quite like.
It's very good.
The Force
for its day is very good. Yeah.
I'm tempted to try and see if I can swap some of the hands over, but I think that might be a bit too large. But the facial sculpt on this one is, I mean, you probably won't say it, but it is excellent. It really, really is good. And the way that they've done the stitching on the Jedi cloak now, so it actually doesn't overpower the figure now. It actually sort of like it looks like Ben Kenobi now. I do love this figure.
Yeah, no, excellent. I got like 5 of them when they came out. For places I got to put them, because if you see behind me, like between the Star Wars and Empire Strikes Back, I have right in the center of the shelf I had to swap. The one gripe I have is the cloak, because you can't put the hood up. But I swapped it out with like a Revenge of the Sith Obi-Wan cloak, so it's got the hood up because I've got him dueling Vader up there.
Fair enough.
And I had to get one for the Millennium Falcon. I had to get one for I have like a line of like Obi-Wan figures up on my desk on the credenza here. Yeah, it's a great choice. Great choice.
Yeah, I think I've got about 3 or 4. There's one with a land speeder, one on the Death Star.
Yeah, I've got
one in the cantina.
One of the land speeder as well.
Yeah.
I haven't finished putting them all together yet. But all right. So my number 8, I'm still back in TVC 1.0. And I
can already see this as a great choice.
Yeah, I had to go with Kit Fisto. I've always liked this figure. Excellent. I mean, the sculpt on him is great. Could he be updated a little bit with better articulation? Sure. And if they did, I'd buy it. I don't need it right now. I mean, this is just an excellent figure. He's great. My only gripe about it is if, he has like they made a starfighter for him, and it's similar to like Plo Koon. It's basically this version here, but it's just a different. Whoops. it's a different, just obviously different paint than this one, but it's the same stuff, and he doesn't fit in it.
Yeah.
No version of Kit Fisto that I have will fit in that fighter. So it's just kind of a shame. So I haven't gone out of my way to try to get that fighter to put him here, because like one of the things that all the ships that I have displayed they're all crewed. They have pilots and everything in it. So just for that reason, I haven't gone out of my way to try to get Kit Fisto's fighter, because I can't fit a Kit Fisto in it. But that's my number 9.
It's good to see some prequel representation.
Yeah,
serious prequel representation.
I'm really angry I didn't pick him, because he's one of my favorites. Yeah, just must have missed him on the shelf when I was looking. But yeah, that's a great choice. My number 7 is a very, very recent release. It's I've put them together because they're sisters. It's Hazo 8 and Hazo 9, the Tonica sisters.
Oh, yeah, no.
I've never ever been tempted to open a HasLab figure off the card, but I have to say these two look so bloody good that I you know, if I had 2, I probably would have done it. If I had space for the cantina, I would have definitely done it to put the cantina out on display, because I don't know, they're not the most detailed figures in the world, but there's something about them. Maybe it's because we've wanted them for so long.
Well, it's the history.
Yeah,
just
exactly.
I mean, there's so many different stories of why they weren't made until now.
I mean, I think all the figures that came with with the cantina were really, really good, to be honest with you. And it's difficult to pick any of them, but if I had to, I think definitely the Tonica sisters. So yeah, that's my number 7.
Yeah, excellent choice. Excellent choice.
You'll be happy to know I haven't opened them yet.
The operative word being yet. I got a feeling. I still maintain that we are going to get them in the regular line at some point. Hasbro's not going to leave that kind of money on the table.
They said they were never going to release them.
They also said they were the only way you were ever going to get a Mandalorian with a soft goods cape was the Razor Crest, and he's been released like 5 different times. So I'm still holding out hope that I'm right. Yeah. I don't believe a word they say, to be honest with you.
All right. Is it me?
It's up to you. Yep. We are at number 7.
Right. So I have gone for VC 264, which is Luke Skywalker from the Imperial Light Hallway. Now, I have altered this figure slightly because you'll be able to see he's using a little force. Sort of like that's from the Anakin 3 set that came out recently, and the Anakin does the force push hand, and it fits on the Luke perfectly. So I tend to use him on this figure, but I love this figure. I think the sculpt, the finish on it, Mark Hamill's face is quite difficult to get the sculpt and the face paint right on. But actually, this is probably the closest to sort of like post or Return of the Jedi Luke with this figure. It is excellent. And it's the best fitting cape that we've ever had on a Luke figure as well. So this is my number 7.
I have a question, because I didn't know. Can you switch hands on all vintage figures? Is that something you can do with all of them?
Some yes, some no.
Really?
Yeah.
I had no idea you could do it. Wow.
It depends. So, like, for example, like Biker Scout, the join for the hands is at the bottom of the glove. So it just depends sort of like where the hand joints are. But quite a lot of them, you can swap over.
See, that shows how knowledgeable I am. I didn't know that was even a thing.
So if I wanted to, I could swap over the hand with the Emperor doing the lightning hands on this figure. But,
that's cool.
That wouldn't be canon.
Excellent choice. My number 7, I am still in TVC 1.0, and I'm still in the prequels. I am with.
I almost picked her as well.
Wow. Well, I'm glad you didn't. So we only still have the one duplicate so far. But yeah, this was a great upgrade from the Saga Collection version, which had like a arm held on by like a magnet, because spoiler alert, gets her arm cut off in the movie. If you haven't seen the 23-year-old movie yet, if it's possible to spoil a 23-year-old movie, especially in this crowd. But yeah, I mean, but she comes with a swappable head, like the helmet comes off, and it's got the. I mean, there's so much detail and so many accessories that came with this figure. That's like the pistol and the holster, and you got the swappable like the lizard looking head, and it just excellent figure. I want to look. I'm pretty sure I still have it carded because I have the speeder, and I want to put. I have this figure up on. You can't see because the stormtroopers in the way, but there's a shelf between the two movie posters there, and it's all episode 1 and episode 2. And I have this figure standing up there next to Jango Fett, the new deluxe version of Jango Fett.
It's a great figure. I mean, I have
a great figure should not have been a deluxe figure. But I mean, this figure standing up there looks really, really good, and I'm pretty sure I have a second one that I can put in the in the speeder, the little green speeder. So I'll do that, or I have to someday find us another one. That's my number 7. So we're up to number 6.
Anything I don't like about that figure is there's so many little bits that can get lost. She's even got a little plastic sort of face covering.
Yep. Face
mask that you can take off, and it's
I've got a bag I've got like a Ziploc bag full of accessories, and there's so many times I mean they're like, I know it's in here kind of stuff. So yeah, I see your point, but it's still a great figure overall.
All right.
Okay,
Martin, number 6.
Number 6 for me. I couldn't find. For some reason, I didn't write the VC number down, but you guys might know. It's the Darth Vader Dark Times Darth Vader.
Oh yeah, I just opened one. Crap.
Yeah, I mean, am I right? Because I do obviously watch a lot of other channels where they talk about figures and they open them, review them. I find it interesting, even though I don't open them particularly. And I think I've heard it several times that they think this is the definitive Darth Vader release.
For like that one and A New Hope, I will agree. I have one. It's in my TIE Fighter. If you watch that.
So yeah. I mean, it's difficult because they've released what I think 18 Darth Vaders since the last time I counted. So it's difficult to, I mean, the early ones you can definitely see the improvement on now. But I've chosen that because I had to put Darth Vader in there, if I'm honest. And so whatever the VC number is, Darth Vader Dark Times.
No, excellent choice. Like I said, I just opened one and I had the card. I think I know I've got the card back around here somewhere.
Well, number 6 for me. Now, I don't actually think this is the Dark Times one. This is VC 334. But I'm with Martyn on it. It's like, can't not have Vader. And I think because the sculpts on this one are pretty much the same, and the articulation, it is just superb. I love the swap out hands on this one, where you've got the fists, the clenched fist, and you've got the pointy fingers, sort of like on that one as well. It's absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I love this figure. It's so poseable,
and it's got that beautiful unpunched card that he opened, Martin.
Yeah, I can't wait to get my hands on that card back. That is
great. It's fantastic. Like I was telling you, we were texting earlier. That's like, I'm probably leaving this one carded. So that's my modest carded collection.
If your number 6 isn't Darth Vader, Matt, then
close. You know what? Honestly, and I thought about it. I don't have a Vader on my list.
Interesting.
I did not go, but as much as I love the character and everything else, I went. I go back to with the novels and going back, and one of my favorite novels to read was Timothy Zahn's Heir to the Empire. So my choice is probably one of the more interesting characters to come out of that book, and it was VC 360.
Great. Yeah,
Grand Admiral.
He was a temptation.
Love Thrawn. I actually got to meet Timothy Zahn a couple of years ago at a con.
Nice.
Fantastic person. But yeah, the figure stuff is just great. I'm here. I always, for some reason, every Imperial officer I have stands at parade rest.
Andy, we were at Southend on Sea Toy Fair, weren't we? And we saw a Thrawn, and I was so close to like putting my trigger on it, and then you reminded me that it didn't have the epaulets on the shoulders.
This is the one that comes with the epaulets.
Yeah.
The regular. There was another TVC because obviously this came in that 3-pack with Captain Pelion and Jorah Sabayoth.
Yeah.
And So, and I was so glad to get those two figures too. I mean, but
The figure we saw though, Martin, that was from the comic pack from
That
the
was it,
Legacy
yes, that
collection,
was it.
and it was the 2-pack with Talon card.
Yeah.
And that was my
I have that one here.
that was my Grand Admiral Thrawn, and it's still a decent figure.
It is, but I will say there's a TVC release. It's from the animated show release that came out. I can't remember the VC number off the top of my head. Is another one is in my Death Star over there, and then is an excellent figure. But you're right, it does not have the epaulets like this one, because this one looks like it's right off the cover of the book, which is I love. And then there's also because this is basically that with a different head. It's the live action version.
It's a great one, yeah.
Yeah, they did a good job with him. The blue is very reminiscent for the TV show. Did a great job with him. But if I'm picking a Thrawn out of the three of the TVC Thrawns, it's got to be this one, the 360.
Love a bit of Thrawn.
Cool.
Oh yeah.
Okay, number 5. Number 5 for me is VC 364, and it's Asajj Ventress. Absolutely love Asajj Ventress as a character. I think she's probably one of the top 2-3 things of things that were introduced in the Clone Wars. Absolutely love the character. Love to see her in live action. And another figure that card back / figure that I've been wanting for absolutely years, and they finally released it. That was this year, I think it was, wasn't it? And it didn't disappoint in my eyes. Before Andy says anything, I've seen a lot of his photography with Asajj, and it looks fantastic. And I think, as Andy said earlier, when you do photography with it, you can really tell if it's a good figure or not. And I think she looks fantastic, and the card back's amazing as well. So number 5, Asajj Ventress.
Excellent choice.
I regret not having her on my list or an honourable mention, because it is an excellent figure. And you're right, Martin, we waited a long time for that one, and they did the perfect version of her for that one. They just need to do a few more versions of it.
The one where she shows up, like the one from Tales of the Underworld, that version would be really good. Or because it's basically what she looks like when she shows up in the Bad Batch.
We might still sort of get another version of her, because who knows, for Ahsoka season 2.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Well, my number 5 is quite interesting, because you picked Asajj Ventress, because I picked her master.
Her master. I almost made my list.
I was going to make a joke about this being Scott Whitehouse, but because he does kind of. So this is sort of like VC 307. I mean, it is just. I mean, I've got a couple of old men in beards on my lists, but I think it's because I'm missing my beard. Got beard envy in my figures, but the facial sculpt on this one is spot on. It is absolutely excellent, and the sculpt on it is brilliant. It is, to me, is sort of the definitive sort of like Dooku figure. And this, to me, is a good example of sometimes where the 3.79-inch scale looks better than Black Series sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
So, there, I said it. I don't care about Black Series 8.
Oh, it's me. My number 5, I'm going back. We're back. We're in TVC 2.0, and we are at but it's one of the original 12, and it's this Luke, Farm Boy Luke. I had to. He is just such a great figure. VC 344 comes with a lot of stuff, and even the one that comes with the land speeder, which I have here. It's essentially the same figure, just no hat, no poncho, and no binoculars. But just a great articulation, great sculpt. The facial likeness is great for that figure. I mean, it's just everything about this figure is just awesome. And and like I said, I got one it's up on the shelf up there. I'm gonna have like all of them up there for like the recent Han and the new Chewie, so they're there. You know, put them up there. I've got one that's in the back of my Falcon doing the lightsaber training with the new Obi-Wan. One going in the land speeder, and there was supposed to be one for the cantina that I can't display because I don't have room. But it's again, great figure, and I did a video on just gushing over this figure just because, again, it's not just one of the original 96, it's one of the original 12.
Yeah.
So it just had
Great.
to make
Yeah,
list.
it's great. I'll be very, very brief with my number 4 because it's VC 307 Count Dooku.
Our second duplicate.
And I genuinely don't think I can really say any more than what Andy said. I think the card back's great as well, just as a little mention there, because I often do think that's the thing I look at mostly. But yeah, number 4 Count Dooku, love it. Over to you, Andy.
Great. This is great.
Yeah,
figure.
I kept Dooku off my list because I was like, I know one of them's gonna pick it. So. It's a great figure.
The only trooper on my list is sort of my number 4, and that is VC 349, and that is the Snow Trooper.
Ooh, good choice.
Martin's laughing because I bet that's his number 3 or something now. But no, I mean, if this is just the perfect figure. I mean, so the mixture of soft goods, the sculpt, it is just excellent. The articulation. If there was to do the ball jointed sort of hips on normal stormtroopers, I probably would have picked a stormtrooper. And I do believe, I think I overheard Martyn say that this is probably one of the few figures he would be tempted to open. I'm not sure, or was it Adam who said that? I can't remember.
No, have they done a troop builder pack for this?
They have.
They have.
Yeah. I think I must have missed the boat because I would have bought 4 or 5 of those for the day that one day I perhaps had the room to display them, because I think they look amazing. They were really great.
Yeah, I ended up buying like 4 of the carded figures. I got the troop builder pack, and so this one's from the troop builder pack because I'm going to put them. I have. Martin's seen it because he's been in the room, but there's like on the back on the wall here over my desk, I have 3 shelves. One is the Battle of Naboo, the ground battle. One is the Battle of Endor on the ground, and then the top one is the ground battle of Hoth. So there's my Legacy Walker on one side, and I have like the Rebels on the other side. And the Walker's loaded with the older version, like the Legacy version of the snowtroopers, and the older snowtrooper commander, as well as like a General Veers and the drivers in the cockpit.
Very nice.
But I have on the ground, I've added like ground troops, and they're all this figure. And I have one actually holding the E-Web cannon that came out, like it was a stormtrooper for the Mandalorian. So I put the E-Web cannon there. I got one holding there, and I got the new stormtrooper commander is going to be out there directing them on the ground. So it's nice. I'm really just building up that shelf.
Nice.
But,
to me, though, this is an example of how good they can do things in TVC. And what Martyn was saying at the beginning, where a lot of the stuff is quite recent, because they're really becoming in leaps and bounds. And my sad thing is, I mean, I don't know if Emily was involved in doing this, but I heard recently that Emily is no longer on TVC team. She's moved over to another team. And please, whoever's taken over from Emily, keep producing things like this.
Oh, no, excellent choice. So my number 4 is also a trooper, but I had to go OG, and I went with VC 231. Again, we're back to the original. It's an original 12 figure. And I honestly, when you get to a definitive figure, I mean, they've used basically this sculpt since like the Rogue One Trooper. The only thing is that the Rogue One Trooper does not come with the holster. So you have the figure, I mean, just super well articulated, rocker ankles even, the head's really good. But even like the blaster just fits in the holster.
Nice.
So I mean, so I can have them standing around like in the Death Star, they don't have to be holding their weapons, even though like there's the scene in Star Wars when Obi-Wan's turning off the tractor beam and they're just standing there. It's the most military moment in Star Wars. It's like 2 grunts don't have a clue what's going on, just assume it's a drill and go back to not giving a crap.
Hmm.
And so it's like that was like the most military thing I've seen in Star Wars was that scene. And but yeah, just an excellent figure. I've got like I said, my Battle of Endor shelf. I used to use a lot of the Power of the Force to the Comtech Stormtroopers, which was an excellent sculpt for its day, but it's it's very much outdated. So I've been updating them with this. They could Hasbro could release this figure by the case once a year, and I would buy it. So I mean, they could just keep releasing it in perpetuity, and I'll pick them up.
And to be honest, there's no reason really why Hasbro shouldn't be doing that with Stormtroopers. It's just sort of like releasing them once or twice a year. Yeah.
It's when they put the troop builder with like a hallway set, or just they're putting them, or I'm waiting, like they're putting troop builders in the next HasLab has the 2 clone pilots in it, and it's like, you're putting an army builder behind like a huge paywall. Don't do that. Just send them out. Troop builder, you can troop builder pack that Stormtrooper in perpetuity, and I would buy it, kind of thing. It's just it just is. It's a great, outstanding figure. I mean, it's a great job. The detail on it, the articulation, it's fantastic.
Definitely.
So we are now up to our top 3.
Okay. Well, number 3, and I kind of gave away with my big cheesy grin when Andy announced the Snow Trooper, but I've actually gone for the Snow Trooper Commander. Because I think he's slightly better looking, and I do love the rank insignia. And I looked closely, and I think he's got a slightly different dent on his mask that compared to the other one. And there's a few other little differences, but I compared the two, and it was very difficult to choose between the two, especially considering the first, the carded one is on my favorite all-time Kenner card back of the Snow Trooper, but this one just pipped it because of the slight differences, as I say, and I really love this, and I feel like it's a real shame that they have when they released the multi-pack of the 4. Did you get the commander with the troops, or was it just all troops? I don't think you did you?
No, it's 4 troops. Yeah, it was just for these guys, and 2 of them come with long rifles.
Yeah. Correct me if I'm wrong. Every troop builder pack they've ever released in the past, there's always been one outlier in the troop pack. But for some bizarre reason, in that one, they didn't do it, which is crazy because they've got the outlier already made here that they could have just shoved in there. So, yeah. But then I suppose we would be complaining because if we bought 2, we'd have 2 commanders, and but then
you just have multiple squads. I did the same thing with the.
But I genuinely, I mean, I'm looking at the Stormtrooper and the Scout Trooper in there, and they just, all 3 of those just look like
that's a great set.
It's a Scout Trooper one is actually particularly good as well because it's got the new hip joints on there as well. It is excellent. It's still got the crampy wrists. It's a brilliant pack, that one.
I do love the fact it's got a little ankle holster for his blaster. I think that's amazing. As all 3 of us were kids growing up in the early 80s, collecting Star Wars figures, when you see this sort of thing, it just makes you think, wow, how have we moved on, since those times. But that was my number 3.
And I seem to remember just a week ago you holding a Scout Trooper blaster in your hand.
I did, yeah. I was actual size. 1-to-1.
Wow, nice.
Number 3.
Yes.
This is going to break someone's heart.
Okay.
Oh, no, that's awesome. Awesome.
Now,
choice.
A week ago, this was on a card. And Martyn and I arranged for a trade on this one. And I have picked this one deliberately because I don't think you can quite make it out, but there's a facial sculpt on this one where he's smiling.
The smile on the face is really good on that one.
And
he's kind of smirking, yeah.
He's smirking on this one, whereas on the general release one, he's got quite a straight face. And the colours are much darker on this figure as well. It's but I mean, to me, this perhaps shouldn't have been a deluxe figure because it fitted just on a normal card for the HasLab. But it is an excellent sculpt. I mean, you can tell it's an excellent sculpt just because of the feet. The way that sort of like the feet and the articulation and everything, and it stands really, really well. without any issue. I love this figure.
But I'm
It's
glad
great.
you enjoyed it.
He's awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the Mandalorian and Grogu version of that figure where he's in the blue flight suit. So that'll be nice. I'll be curious to see if it's going to be a deluxe figure, if they'll put it out on a.
Oh no, it'll be an exclusive with the re-release of the Razor Crest.
Yeah. Well, that's next year's HasLab is Zeb's Razor Crest. Okay, so my number 3, we have another duplicate here, but again, we're back to original 12, and I have a big Obi-Wan focus, so I went with the DC 373 Ben Kenobi. Like I said, excellent figure all around, articulation, good use of soft goods. My only gripe, like I said before, is that he doesn't have a hood to put up, but I found an easy fix for that. The face sculpt, again, when you got to the photoreal stuff,
that's amazing.
I mean, yeah, the look on this figure, I mean, it's just Alec Guinness in miniature. It is fantastic. And what can we say that hasn't been said already? So that's my number 3. So number 2.
That's going to make my number 2 exceedingly quick because Obi-Wan Kenobi VC 373 is my number 2.
That's the first figure all 3 of us have picked. So that's awesome.
That's that it's just what else can I say? It's just you look at it and you just see Alec Guinness as Ben Kenobi, and you just takes you back to watching A New Hope.
Yeah, even the card back. I mean, it's the original card back. Like I went and bought. I don't buy a lot of Black Series, but they did a Black Series version of Ben Kenobi, and he's got like the vinyl cape. So they made him like the vintage figure, and I have them, over on my Black Series display, and I had to keep one carded, and that's up there, and it's in a protected case. Just so I have a carded Black. I am kind of a sucker for when Black Series does like that carded figures like that. They really look good. They really tempt me. And that was one I definitely had to have because, I've, again, the Obi-Wan Kenobi focus in my collection. But yeah, well done. Yeah, that's a great choice.
Choices haven't been too far off each other's, actually. No. But we're on number 2 now, aren't we?
Yeah.
Hammerhead.
Ooh, good choice.
Good choice. Good choice.
Now, this was a figure that I have waited for in TVC for a very long time. I think the last decent version we had was Saga Collection. Could be wrong. But I mean, it was a nice sculpt, but couldn't sit down. But now this to me is the definitive Hammerhead. I particularly liked that new version that they did with the original Kenner colours. I haven't opened that one yet, but I will do in the fullness of time. Although my only gripe about this one, it's nice. It's like I like
it. It's cool. It does look cool.
It shouldn't have been released on a deluxe card. So that was my only gripe about it. And I don't normally care about the sort of card backs and stuff like that, but being one of these sort of like the original sort of Star Wars sort of figures.
No original 96 figure should be a deluxe figure.
Oh, they've just given themselves an opportunity to make money a second time, haven't they, by releasing it on a normal size card? Yeah. I mean, heavens knows how they're going to put a Man on a card at some point.
No. Even the modern release of a Man was like, was that Power of the Jedi?
Yeah,
was a deluxe figure, but it was at that time. The deluxe figure was $10 instead of $5.
I think that one came with Salacious Rum and a skeleton as well.
Yes, yep, and they're both in my my Jabba's Palace display.
Nice.
All right. So speaking of Jabba's Palace, we're back for my number 2, which I'm surprised really wasn't number 1, but when we get to it, but mine is VC 21, the Gaborian Guard. It is, I mean, as far as when we're talking about definitive versions of characters, this has been, I mean, we're talking 15 years or so since when this figure first came out, and I have one here. I mean, it is absolutely, I mean, just the look on this figure is absolutely fantastic. I mean, just the great use of the soft goods here, the furry skirt piece. I mean, the legs, I mean, they even hide the joints very well in the legs, but the arms and everything there, it's perfect. I don't need them to update this figure. I don't need rocker ankles on this. I don't need him to be anything other than what he is. and he's phenomenal. I have 4 of them in my display. I have one because they come with 3 different accessories. So I have this axe here. There's a different, like, larger axe on another guy I've got in a different part of the display. And then I've got 2 of them on either side of Jabba's dais with the large pike with, but absolutely just fantastic figure. I mean, even the look on his face is perfect. I mean, this is Hasbro. This is peak Hasbro right here. I mean, this is, you don't get much better than this. And it's my number 2, if this has anything on it. But yeah, just fantastic figure is the Gamorrean Guard.
Well,
good choice.
Obviously, that brings me to my number 1, and I do wonder if we're going to have. I do wonder if we're going to have a triple whammy here. My number 1 is VC21, the Gamorrean Guard. That was one of the first figures that I picked up back in the day, back in 2010, I think it came out. And as soon as I looked at it, I was like, that's what made me realize that. Because originally I've always collected for the card back image and the card back design, etc. But that was the first figure that I picked up and went, wow, that actually looks like the character, that it's meant to represent. I was absolutely shocked. And then over the years, I've obviously didn't know that there was much articulation, and I found out that the mouth moved. And I think it was you, Andy, who showed me the mouth moving on a live stream.
Well, that's on the Black Series.
I was in the Black Series.
Yeah, it's the Black Series.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here now. I'm trying to pry open the mouth on mine. I'm like, what? It moves?
Right, forget it. No, it's not. No. But all joking aside, it's a great, like everything that Matt said. It's a great figure, and that you look at it, and the proportions of every part of that figure looks exactly like them waddling in the Jabba's palace when you see them in the movie. I absolutely love that figure. I think when I joined the Facebook group, you had to answer these questions once. I can't remember what it was. It was a collector group. And one of the questions was, what is the best sculpt of an action figure in the vintage collection? And I put that down, and someone actually messaged me back and put, yeah, that's pretty much what everybody says when they answer that question. so I thought that was quite apt. So I was always confident that I would make a good choice of this being number 1. So yeah, number 1, VC21, the Gamorrean Guard.
So, Andy? I knew it.
Was there ever any doubt that this was going to be my number 1? I have 13 of these loose. I have about 3 or 4 still carded. One of the 1.0 version still carded, nice, in case I get the urge to open one at some point at Christmas. And that's not enough. I need more of it. I was so happy when they said they were going to re-release, and then just so disappointed when they weren't released in the UK. But thankfully, someone has come to my rescue.
Yeah, I have been scrambling. I know Dean has been scrambling to grab them off the pegs. I haven't, I've been able to get like I said, we got a couple for you. I got a couple for Stu because he asked me to reach out. And Martin, there's a couple for you already. So happy to be the runner for that. No, it was absolutely my pleasure.
But it goes to show, I think, sort of like why that this is sort of like such a desirable figure. And my story is quite similar, the same. This was the figure that got me into collecting TVC. And just because I looked at it and I thought, it's just so excellent. The paint apps on it. It looks more like a Gamorrean Guard than the Gamorrean Guards in the Mandalorian series.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, and the fact that they've re-released it several times without seriously any real updates on this figure just goes to show that the sculpt, considering it being one of the early sort of like releases, I mean, VC21.
And it was in the Black Series before the Black Series 3.75 before that.
Yeah, so because it was part of the Rancor set, wasn't it?
And it was in there, yeah.
Yeah. So it's an amazing figure.
Ooh, I'm on tenterhooks for Matt's number 1.
I know.
And I'll tell you, the only reason I edged this one edged out the Gamorrean Guard for me is because, like, Martin, we've had lots of discussions, like Knights of the Old Republic and Knights of the Old Republic 2 are some of my most favorite games. I will play them and replay them again. And so I had to go with VC 301 and Revan. Nice. And I mean, just because, as far as the figure, it's up there as far as, it's all of we've been gushing over the Gamorrean Guard. for the last, few minutes. This one is just the same. I have him released here. I mean, just the articulation is there. The likeness. I mean, originally they were going to re-release, was it the 30th anniversary figure? And it was like the revolt by the fans caused them to pull it back and push it a year. So I mean, the soft goods on this are really, really good. And
such a cool looking character as well.
Oh, it's such a great character.
Yeah.
And even I'll say, even when they got down to the accessories, I mean, if you look at this, I have a video of, I have like the Black Series version of Revan's Saber. It is sitting back there in the corner. And I did it's an early video on my channel. But I mean, they even did that hilt for this, and I mean, it's just absolutely fantastic. And like I said, I have up here on the credenza of my desk, I have like a Knights of the Old Republic kind of section where I have Basta Lashan, and I have HK 47 and HK 50 from Knights of the Old Republic 2. By the way, if you play that with the Sith Lord completion mod, he has his own mission, a solo mission in that game where he takes out the HK50s and makes the HK51s, and it changes the ending of the game. It's fantastic. I did a playthrough of it and put it on my channel if you have a few hours. But I mean, even like when they re-released them as like the Jedi version, and
spoilers.
I even have some. Yeah, if you can, 22 years it's been, so I think we're okay. But like, even then, I have like the Old Republic Trooper, Shay Vizsla, the Bounty Hunter. I have Darth Malgus in my thing. But I mean, it really comes down to the OG. I mean, it's
Revan appears in the Old Republic game as well.
Yeah, I haven't. I don't play MMOs. I really would love a proper Knights of the Old Republic 3. I even got them. I mean, I've got these figure in Black Series. I think the only thing I don't have is a Hot Toys version of it. It's kind of thing. But I would love for them to redo Darth Malak, like they did the Black Series version, because I have his fantastic figure. Yeah. But it's but VC 301 for me just kind of edged out on that, and it was partly because I was pretty sure it was like a conversation Martyn and I were having about the Gamorrean Guard and how fantastic that figure is. I was like, that's gonna be everybody's number one. So it was it'd be slightly different, but I mean, it could have been a VC 21 love set, love fest at number one for all three of us. But I just wanted to. This one kind of edges it out for me on that.
Awesome.
That's it, man. Wow, that's a great list.
Yeah, I've really enjoyed this. Really enjoyed it. In fact, I've enjoyed it so much. I think we've got to come back and do top 10 worst TVC at some point if everyone's up for that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I can think about that. So we can do that on your channel.
No, your channel. No, your channel.
We do it again?
Yeah,
well, the thing is with this, and it's kind of, I'm trying to take my channel in a different direction, and I want to have like you guys on again. I want to have other guests like Shabby or Stu or anybody from the community. Welcome to come on. Just message me. We'll come up with a topic. It doesn't even have to be about collecting. It could be about Star Wars in general. It could be about a collecting engine. It doesn't necessarily have to be Star Wars. It would just be kind of a fun. It's fun for me just to kind of interact more with the community. That's really kind of helped me out in this last year. It's been it was a bit of a tough year at the beginning of the year, and things have been turning around. So it's been great. And I mean, the friendships that have been forged and everything are stuff that's going to last for forever. So and anything to do to bolster that is what I'm trying to do here.
Yeah,
so,
excellent.
but wow, I mean, but yeah, we did that and kept it under an hour, or right at an hour, guys. That's impressive.
I was quite impressed. We actually picked quite a few of the same figures there, and it links back to what you were saying. We're all different types of collectors. So I open stuff, you do a mixture, Matt, Martyn, you don't open stuff, but we still pick very similar figures. Yeah,
Martyn's about to have this incredible vehicle collection. So I mean, he's already got 2 Star Speeders. I got a feeling he's adding the Darth Vader's tie after watching my review from yesterday.
Yeah, I've actually got more vehicles than I'd make out, but they're just in boxes,
Yeah.
just sitting there. So I'll
It'd
either
be a little
put them
tricky
that
when you
one.
got to get the Razor Crest and the Ghost back.
Yeah, well, I've got the ghost. I've got the ghost in the garage.
Oh, you still have it?
It's in a box. Yeah, oh yeah, it's sat there in a box.
Yeah, that's a tough one to display. It's pretty tricky to display.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but yeah, no,
Mm.
that's another thing that I've always said is like, everybody collects differently, whether it's different lines or, or stuff. But we all collect differently, and it's something I just think we should just celebrate. I love that about the community is that we all do stuff different. But and again, like you said, we do things differently, but it's amazing how much we all kind of gravitated towards similar figures, especially him. Yeah. And like I say, it's just a brilliant list from all of you. I absolutely loved it.
Oh, thanks for inviting us on, Matt.
Thank you, Matt.
So I will put links for both of these fine gentlemen in the description of the video. If you are not subscribed to them, you are doing YouTube wrong. I will just say that. The stuff that Martyn and his cousin Adam do on a long time ago is absolutely brilliant. I love it. Andy's dioramas are absolutely must-see stuff. I mean, your talent there, Andy, I've said it before, and it's just to say it bears repeating. You just have wonderful talent and a great eye to do that sort of, the diorama.
Cheers, man. I appreciate that.
It's brilliant. I wish I could be a tenth as good as that, but you do some wonderful work.
Oh, if I can do it, anyone can do it.
I couldn't do it.
Yeah, because you need to open your figures. That's why.
No, that's the thing. Martyn's gonna have like a ton of dioramas and all the carded figures. That's
brilliant.
There's gonna have a cantina just lined with carded figures all over the place.
Yeah, that actually would make a really good joke on Instagram.
Oh my god! They'll have the Darth Vader's TIE fighter, and this is just sitting on top of it.
With me flying it in the air.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Now, so again, the generic YouTube like, comment, subscribe. Actually, in the comments, if you're watching this video, what are your top 10? I want to hear your top 10. So just if you got top 10 TVC figures, put them in there. I'd love to see it. But that should do it for now. So until next time, the Force be with you.
Remember, the Force will be with you always. The Force will be with you.